they ordering or living in your cardboard box.
At Amazon, our product research is phenomenal, but I've never heard your story. And I own Audible, so go dig some more gold there, Kanye West Africa. I'm hotter than the soundtrack to Battlestar Galactica. Never trade blows with Jesse Jeff Bezos. Egghead with a huge set of wavos. I serve more people on the web than Spider-Man. You rap like a soccer mom, that's why you're rowing caravans. You're overrated, like you leave economies inflated. You're about to taste some of that salt that you traded. What's the long-term play in giving your wealth away? Cause now I feed your whole country for the price of a cup of coffee per day. So bow to me like you did to the king of Cairo. You're about as hack as Saudis have hit my iPhone. You'll be more ashamed than when you accidentally killed your mom. When I make you shit your pants, worse than diapers.com.
Hey, yo, Lex Loser, you look like a villain at Comic-Con. You getting ate up. You should have battled me on Ramadan. A harem of women's what I had on my staff. You married one woman, Jeff, and she cut you in half. David Pecker picked a peck of your Peter pigs. Now your new girl got them feeding me Seymour lips. And it turns out her own brother was the snitch. He, woo, fix your face. No wonder you bought Twitch. Now let me really break it down because there's more to him. He ain't a Bezos, his real name is Jorgensen. But daddy loved unicycles more to him, so he rolled out. Now that's a blue origin. Take one small step towards a different profit. Cause these days you just as cocky as your rocket. I'm the cream of the crop, I'm on top, I'm ice cold. This Muslim just served you, a la mode.
Also, I'm lyrically lethal, I'm relentless, African verse immune. If I wanted to waste my life in desert spice, I'd watch Dune. What do we give Mackenzie, 40 billion, so what? Earning every penny back only took me a month. I went from Harvard dork to slick orc physique. Now I'm Lord of the Rings. Take a peek. 3 years to trek to Mecca, man, you must be tripping. One click, I'll get you there overnight with free shipping. I'm hard corporate, top tier in the Forbes list. You couldn't even hit top tier in Civ 6. I'm schooling you like Timbuktu, eating you like Whole Foods. Your ship is sailed just like the dude who came before you. If you ain't fire, can't hold the candle to me. I got the flywheel flows, I revolutionize delivery. Your talent's only beauty like my tax bills. Alexa, what do we have that he lacks?
Skills.
This video and this leak are sponsored by NordVPN.
It's NordVPN.
What's a VPN? And who are you?
I'm Charles Babbage. I invented the computer, and VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. A VPN keeps your internet connection secure, protects your devices from prying eyes, and preserves your anonymity. NordVPN is safe, blazing fast, and lets you change your virtual location with one click.
I don't get it.
Let's say you're hunting wild animals on a camping trip.
Go on.
You don't want a bunch of thieves knowing your location.
I most certainly do not.
You want the freedom to access any animal you choose.
I like the big ones.
And you don't want your internet provider to be able to throttle your bandwidth.
The next thing you know, they'll be trying to keep your brain inside a damn jar.
Try NordVPN free for 30 days today. Go to nordvpn.com/epic. Use promo code EPIC for a 2-year plan and 1 additional month free. Support the rap battles, secure your data, and explore your world with privacy.
This video is sponsored by Rise of Kingdoms.
What of its door? Richard the Lion! Fortune! I'm Richard the First from the Third Crusade. That only leaves room for you in second place. The chivalrous swinger of the sword and mace, and I kill you when I spit like a pit full of snakes. I'm the #1 dick, rising up to make you feel small. My battering ram slams through your shield wall. I'll announce at the next of your things that I'm chopping through your family like boneless wings. Of course you got avenged by a kid with no bones. Your own story ended worse than Game of Thrones. Your son killed your ex killed your wife. I'm the Lion King, man, but that's a messed up circle of life. Half-ass head taps can't be condoned. It's like you raided the face of Post Malone. I'm scared of no foe. I'm backed by the Trinity. I'll conquer you on my day off like you were Sicily.
Threatening to conquer Ragnar is bold. For a king who got whacked by a 10-year-old, I'll sacrifice you to Odin while drinking horns of mead. Good thing you hold the red cross, cause that's who you're going to need. You built your army by raising English taxes. I raised my army taxing English asses with my axes. And who are you to talk about the circle of life? Your old lady can't feel the love on any night. Your only son was illegitimate, you out on the side. Twist your spine like the end of the planet. crusade of Richard the First base.
Sail back north with your barbarian goons, because I'm tearing down your legacy, leaving it in ruins. Your real self next to your legend disappoints. I see you shaking in your shaggy little pants like zoinks. Who invented the royal me? We. Who's the predominantly fictional MC? Lee. You're a wannabe, mon ami. Kneel down and honor me. Richard coming through in the end like Sean Connery. The double correlated blood and gore gourmet. You might have the axe, but I make a body spray. Playing hearts of silver came and I struck like a cobra. If I wanted to fight loser Vikings, I'd go to Minnesota.
You want to fight me? Take off the tin shirt. I'll be waiting in my birthday suit, going berserk. Ding dang dong, morning bells warn about me at the break of dawn. And I'm putting you to sleep like your brother John. Living monks and chunks on Northumbrian lawns, as I'm the all-father spawn. You couldn't even beat a salad in a fight. You're a self-smarty Python nice. You went from chainmail to chained up in jail. The mummy drained England to pay for your bail. But no king's ransom will save you from these bars, son. I'm eating you alive like the gangrene you died from.
Thank you to Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring this video.
Oh, hi.
Alright guys, what's going on? Give me just 1 second, I gotta grab something. Alright. Let's set this monitor up so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay. Channel. Go there. 5 people watching. KK, hope you're having a good day. Same to you. DK Kane, hey, what's going on? Playing Crystal Battlefield, that sounds good. Lloyd, what's going on? Tie-in, yo. Alright, let me see. Live now, okay, that's all good. I was a little late today. It was almost 100 degrees today. But now it's a little after 4 p.m. my time, which means we should have KR Korea and JP Japan stuff. Let me log into that and see if we have any updates for the skills or whatnot of the fairies. And then I gotta upload the pictures of the classes real quick. And then you guys are gonna make your own tier list. And I think that will be pretty interesting. Let me see. Go to Discord. Come up here, message myself. Grab all the pictures. Trying to be quick about this so we can jump right in. And I also over here have KR Korea doing its update to see if there's anything new. Okay, it's gonna be way at the bottom, right? That's all the fairies. There's the classes. Alright. 5, 6. Boom. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now we have all 12. And now let's go over to the Discord. Window share. My Discord. Come over here. Gotta download all these pictures. Download. And then I think this will be pretty fun because I already know what I'm going to put for my list. But I want to get the list you guys come up with first. And then I'll tell you what my list is. Alright, that's 6. 6 more. Alright, the update is done. Yo, Gabriel, what's going on? Oh, maintenance till 15, so 10 minutes for the update. I just downloaded that one, I think. Save, download. Okay. Alright, now let's make sure I got all 12. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. Okay. So now I can close this. And then we'll open the tier list maker. Make your own. Single use. Choose. Justin Jones, do I know when we'll find out about Albedo's special abilities? I think today, pretty soon at some point. It should have been earlier, but today we should find out one of them. It'll either be Ainz or Albedo, and then tomorrow should be the other one, and then what is that? Yours truly, welcome, welcome. But we're doing the tier list. The class tier list for the month. Make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Now, I'm going to have you guys vote. And then and then have like a community tier list. And then I'm going to have my own tier list. And I'll post both of them. So this is going to be kind of fun. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to bring up a class. And I'm going to have you guys, both Twitch and YouTube, I can see both chats. I want both of you to say what tier you think it should be. For example, if I bring up Priest, which we'll do that as the first one just to make this easy, you would say S, A, B, C, or D. And then if you want to put a reason, you can say Y. But we'll start that off pretty easy with Priest. Riol, good question. First, we're going to start with PvE. This is going to be the PvE one, and then we'll do a PvP one afterwards. please leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. It would really help out. It's a little tough because I can't, like, because I'm going to put my own into it. My own after this. I don't want to say, oh, it's so great, it's so bad, blah, blah, blah. PvES. Priest. Priest and Shadow Owl. I thought this would be pretty easy and everyone would just go S. Unless someone feels differently and you don't think Priest should be S in PvE. PvES. Attack, crit boost, debuffs are good in PvE too. Now, that wasn't always the case. For the first like 6 months to a year of the game, the stats like that didn't work for PvE bosses. But I think it was like 1.2 or something, 1.2, 1.23, around that area. They made it so that the Tenacity Ball and Cold Fire Bird were D Berserker. Yeah. I'm sure you'll see the same thing when we get to Fairies for Kandok. But yeah, everyone agrees Priest is going up in S tier. Now, what about its counter, Judge? Where is Judge going to go? Remember, it also has Cold Fire Bird. Its big damage is going to come from double laser, which requires you to have more break than the opponent's block. No, I just brushed my hair back. It's hot out. So I washed and I want to just put it there so I can read while you guys are chatting. Whole enemy team just target me down. Glorious Dragon Fighter, yeah. At least with Dragon Fighter and Wind Chaser, you have get out of jail free cards with your skills. Brush my shirt. Judge seems okay with Shadow Owl. Okay. So far, I'm seeing C's from people. So far, I see 2 C's for Judge from the community. Brush my shirt. Well, you guys can't even see me. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Yeah, that ends up being a big issue. See, okay. So everyone seems to agree. C for that. Now, let's do another easy one. Where are we putting Berserker for PvE? Deku, is that C for Judge or C for Berserker? Yuntis, what's going on? We're doing a community tier list. Having you all vote for what rank these things should be at. F, it's made for PvP. That's what I say all the time. I have a B and a D. Does Berserker even work? It does the thing. So like its whole thing is getting resets in PvP for getting the kills, but it only gets half the reset in PvE. If it gave full reset in PvE against like waves, it would be really good. Because you could just go flash, 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 and just kill everything. But you get half the cooldown back. Body Aboliga. Let me try to pronounce that right. Abonega. Everyone is saying D. Got it. Hey, Star Drop, what's going on? We're doing a community tier list. Everyone is voting for what they think the class should be in. Alright, now we have Gladiator. Where does the swordsman go? I don't think that's a bad message. That's fine. I hit show. Yoru says A tier. Truly says B tier. Yeah, 16, 17 kills. Star Drop is saying A tier. Ancient is saying B tier. You guys are kind of mixed. That's 2 A's and 2 B's. I'm going to give another minute or so and answer people in chat. Yeah, so I mean, I'll talk about it once I'll get to when I do my tier list for you guys. Okay, we got a C, but we got a lot more A's. Okay. Okay, a lot of... Okay. It was close between A and B, but now we got a bunch of A's. Okay. Okay. A glad, yeah. Glad in water. I don't know about others. You not say hi back. I keep cookies. Oh God. Oh, that means Kamari, you're on our server then, right? 188. All right. Let's see. What will be a fun one next? I'm saving Ninja for last because I know that's going to be really contentious with everybody. Let's do an easy one. Let's do armor. Where do you guys think armor should go? I already gave up with Neverland, but I still like Glad. Gladfire is good though. There's always been people trying to do builds with Gladiator with fire, especially just with the pure damage that S tier SSS. Like I said, I knew it would be an easy one. I just wanted to get it out of the way because we're there. There's always been people trying to make fire Gladiator work because you get the HP to attack from the passive. Turning that into crit is a bunch of extra damage. Alright. So it's up there. And then once we put them in their categories, then we're going to go back through and then decide which one is going to be like first, second, third, whatnot. Alright. Now we have Mechanician. Where do we think Mechanician is going to go? We do have the turrets and the spiders that can attack a bunch of targets. We still have access to Sparkle for a good cooldown skill. A D. Damn. I main Priest Ninja full fire. Yeah, you get the crit buff from the priest, so I mean, makes sense. So we got some double D's going on here. Gabriel with the C next to Berserker. Dahlia, Ixoria. Well, it's a good thing, Kamari, we're talking about the classes and not the elements. So much. Not so much. Never played canon, so no vote. I'm going to give it another minute so people can get their votes in. Let me see what I missed in the chat. Dahlia, Scarlet, and Hydreiga Fire. Or even mid-game. Though I think, you know, Scarlet, Ixoria, and Shaltair, now that we know her ability, that could be a real dangerous, like, level 120, 130, maybe even 140 or 150. That range. You're going to kill some people with that fire. Alright. So that's it for the votes. The most I see is D's. So it's going to stay right where it is right now. A lot of people just don't play canon, apparently. That's crazy. 20 people in the chat. What's going on, guys? Please leave a like if you haven't. We are doing this community tier list. We're about halfway done. And this is for PvE. And then we'll do a PvP one. Alright. Next, let's do the bow. Wind Chaser. Where are we putting Wind Chaser? We do Wind Chaser's whole thing is about using a different ability than using your second ability while changing the effect of the second ability. Fourth ability, second ability does a big AoE. First ability, second ability does can't move. Third ability, second ability does a rain of damage. B if wind, B for me, B, C, B, B wind with a little blowing emoji. Hi yo, I started playing the game after watching some of your videos on Neverland. Thank you, Martle. Okay, that's a lot of B's. It's going right, oh, it's right where it's at. Got it. Alright. Now for its brother, Marksman. Now, Marksman, remember, has the crit buff. It has the The passive, where after each ability use, you can do a basic for bonus damage. You can weave those back and forth. Zing with the A, Real with the A. Yours truly, Marksman with the A. A or B, B, A, A. Yuntus doing the emotes when they do a vote. Okay, tons of... You guys are on a roll now. Now people are paying attention. Now that we're at the... towards the end here. This one I think might be a little contentious. Dragon Knight. Where are we putting good old Dragon Knight? Remember, it does have the spear drop. It does still have access to the dash move. Yoru with the A. Jarmskull with the S. Yours truly A, Real A. Jing B. A. S, B. The high damage is worth it. I'm actually seeing... Yes, Jamskull. We're still on PvE right now. Okay. That's a lot of A's. So here we go. Surprising amount of S's in the chat for Dragon Knight. Sorry, Dragon Fighter. Sorry. I get them mixed up sometimes. Dragon Knight. When I look at it, I can tell you what it is. But I'm looking at you guys. Alright. Now, Dragon Fighter with the quicker abilities, the dash and the AoE ability that have the secondary versions. The third ability ignores 30% defense and block if they're under 50% HP. S. It's crazy early game. S, of course. S. B or C. So I know all three of the ones left are going to be contentious. S Dragon. S Dragon Fighter. S. Okay. It's up in the S. Now, the newest ones in the game. There we go. Blazing Owl. Where are we at with Blazing Owl? Remember, if you rotate the Chi ability, you can keep a 100% uptime on the 20% damage boost. You also have the minus 20% cooldowns. AAAS. AASD. I can't tell if people are just have way different experiences or if some people are trolling. This is good for me as a content creator because I can see what you guys are saying and get an idea of what you enjoy as well as what you think is too strong. Things like that helps me in the future. Klepto-Bismol, this is PvE right now, and then we're going to do a PvP one. I am not part of the voting on this one, and then once this is done, it's going to go to the side. I'm going to have that as part of my video, and then I'm also going to do my own afterwards. Let me see. Its damage is very good. Great rotations. Perfect for boss. But considering you have Shadow, that's the tough thing with Ninja. Both of them are actually pretty good. I hate playing it. That's why that's fair. Totally fair. Elemental Realm, it's definitely strong. Okay. So Suxeron, hey, what's going on? Alright, let me go back through the votes real quick. A. Okay. It's mostly A's. Boom. The two bow subclasses in B tier with Dragon Knight, Gladiator, Dragon Fighter A. Yeah, both versions of Ninja are pretty good for most things. Alright guys, now for the fun one. Shadow Owl. You get to play your Naruto dream of shadow clones. You get to use the shadow clones from Naruto while also doing the Raikiri from... That's funny. Okay. Russell, this is PvE right now. Right now we're putting them just in the spots, and then we're going to go back through and put it in rows of which one's the best of that row, blah, blah, blah. Alright, tons of S. Okay. Now, to make it easy, does anyone care about the D placement? I think the D placement is fine as is. Or does anyone really want to go to bat for Mechanician? Is anyone going to fight for Mechanician, or do we just leave it as is? Yeah, I really didn't think so. I really, really didn't think so. So, D, C, and B are done. Now we're up to the A tier. So now we get to do them in rows. Fabino, it's garbage. Okay, so we have pretty stiff competition here in the A tier. Let me know which one you think should be first in the A tier of these four. Which one should be first in the A tier? You want Gladiator, Marksman, Dragon Knight, or Blazing Owl? Real says Blazing for first. Body says Marksman. My boy CJ, what's going on, guy? This is PvE. This is the community voting for PvE. And then we're going to do a PvP one afterwards. I'm going to give it another minute or so. so people have a chance to get their votes in. And then we'll go with the most votes. Dragon Fighter first. Dragon Fighter, Ninja, Marksman. I thought you quit, CJ. What are you doing here, kid? Gladiator, because with fire damage go burr. Here, let me, I can put this up. Let me change this. PvE list. Community list. Okay. And then I need to change the color. It can't be white like that. Can't be black either because of everything in the background. Let's make it pink. There we go. Try to say you didn't see it when it's pink like that. Everything with fire damage go burr. That's what fire do. Alright. So let me count the votes real quick. I did quit, but I remember multipliers and stuff. Yeah, I thought this would be a fun thing. I was going to do my tier list today anyways on stream. And I thought it'd be interesting to get the community's feedback, and it'll help me as a content creator know what people are feeling. Oh, CJ saying definitely Marksman. Okay, let me see. Back to the top of this grouping. There we go. Glad, Marksman, Ninja, Dragon Fighter, Ninja, Marksman, Gladiator, Dragon Fighter, Marksman, Blazing, Gladiator. Alright, we're looking at mostly votes for Ninja / Blazing. So that's going to be boom. I played everything with fire because you only need damage if you can dodge. Delusional. Dragon Fighter is an S tier, people. Yeah, everyone that put Dragon Fighter, I was counting it as Dragon Knight because I know people get them mixed up. Now, what should be second in the A tier? Let me, can I not put it back down here? No, I can't. So we're down to 3 right here. Can I even... No, I can't do that. Okay. So we have Marksman, Dragon Knight, and Gladiator. Which one should be second in the A tier for the community list for PvE? Give it another minute or so. Let me check to see if they posted traitors. DK, what are you doing? Okay, they're kind of late with the update today on the next unit. All I know is Craftsman #1 all. Okay. Checking to see if there's any updates for KR Korea while people vote. Alright, let me see what we got for votes over here. If not Gladiator, then Dragon. There is some hate for the bow. I think it's good like that for me. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was the beginning. Oh, Knight. Okay, Dragon Fighter. Knight. So Dragon Knight. Marksman, Marksman Gladiator. Marksman Traders. Marksman. Dragon. Okay, it looks like Marksman. Yeah, Clefto, I could do the polls over on the YouTube as well, but it's hard to do both and then have them merge at the same thing. I have a multi-chat on my thing, so whenever people put certain words, I can see them. Why they hating my glorious gladiator traders? Okay. So we're leaving Marksman right where it's at. So now we have Gladiator and Dragon Knight. Gladiator, Dragon Knight. Which one should be next? And that kind of tells me both of them, and then we can get into the ones people are going to kill each other over, which will be the PvP one. Yoru is my only ally. Glad not that good. If it was PvP, it'd be S. Dragon Knight #3. Dragon Knight. Whoa! Breaking news! Guys! All the fairies... Hold up, I have all the abilities for all 3 fairies. I didn't think they would just put all 3 of them in right now. What the hell? There's Ainz. There's Albedo. Where's... Shaltair. There's Shaltair. Okay. Alright. Hold on. Everyone hold your horses. I got all the abilities now. I just have to translate. I gotta do some screenshots and I gotta translate. Okay, there's Shaltair. Here is Albedo. I can't, James, I can't read it. It's in a different language. I got to take pictures, run it through a translator, and then have it for you guys. Just tell me if Albedo has any CC or not. Okay, now I gotta take I'm taking Ainz, and then I'm going to run them all through a translator. I see some percentages for Albedo and Ainz. Okay. Over here. Okay, so boom, boom. Send that one. Send that one. Yeah, both Ines and Albedo have percentages. I can only see that. Alright. While I'm translating, tell me the name that you want me to do first down below. I'm pinging the Discord, letting people know we're going over the abilities. Join stream while we go over the skills and passives of all collaboration units. Okay. Ines. Albedo, Shaltir. It sounds like Ines. Okay, we'll do Ines. Save. Okay. And then I got them ready, so I just have to zoom in. Ooh. Ines gives crit as a passive. Okay, take that picture. Done. Shays, what's going on? Alright. I'm almost ready to show you guys the abilities for Ines. It's a good chance that Ines is going to be the free one, just because of how they have the events set up. Alright, now let me send this over here. Boom, boom, boom. And now I can bring it up for you guys. Hold up. Close that. Window. I gotta reopen the Discord. I thought I was just going to have Ines abilities today. Not that we're going to have literally everything. Alright. That's the passive. Let's window capture, show you guys that. The skill will take effect when switching to Ines. The master crit rate will be increased by 1.5% for 8 seconds, and the damage caused will ignore shield. So at max, 12% crit, and for 8 seconds, all your damage ignores shields. What do you guys think? Eight seconds of ignoring shield. Alright. I'm going to let it sit for just a second, and then we'll go on to the ability. Let me see. Yeah, that's It's just a little bit scary. Justice for Wendy. Alright. Now, the English name for this is Fallen Down from the thing. Sky Fallen. The extreme heat generated by the super high heat source expands instantly. Swallowing everything in range, dealing damage. When casting, the enemy is immune to control. Immune to slow. Cooldown reduction effects become invalid for 6 seconds, and the master's attack damage rate increased by 5%. Okay, so cat no longer works if you get hit by this. Senwi, I can only think of rigidity, to be honest. Thunder Yellow. I don't know about the Earth Fairies, though. Okay, so immunity to CC and cooldown reduction doesn't exist if you get hit by Fallen Down. So cat active, cat passive. Damn. And then on to part 2. When hitting an enemy, slow by 80% for 3 seconds. And minus 80% healing. Oh man. 80% slow and minus 80% healing. And your cat doesn't work. Oh, and we haven't even got through the whole effect yet. Okay. The damage caused by this skill cannot crit, but every 1% crit rate will... Whoa! Hey, you guys said you need break? This turns your crit into break! This skill cannot crit, but every 1% crit will be 1% break. When the damage caused by the skill is not a critical and not blocked, it will be increased by 150%. If the target has a shield, double damage. They do not like priest, okay? They don't like priest. Nope. Because you use priest, you get the shield, and then you get boomed. Alright. Guys, we're not done yet. We're not done with Ainz yet. Remember, all of them have level 2, level 5, and level 8 abilities. So, level 5, when you use Fallen Down, you get 10% damage reduction and 10% tenacity for 6 seconds. I'm just going to wait for you guys to have a reaction to that. Yep, level 5 ability, 10% damage reduction, 10% tenacity. Yeah, real 10% tenacity for 6 seconds when you use Fallen Down. Just give him every stat. He gives you crit, and he turns his crit into break. He gives you 80% slow, 80% anti-heal. Turns off cat, which is freaking ridiculous. The damage caused by this skill ignores 30% defense and 30% damage reduction. No, that's literally damage reduction, not block. See, when I thought about this, what I was thinking it was going to be, he's really anti-cat, anti-priest. So when everyone's playing priest, yeah, he's kind of OP. Everyone's playing priest and everyone's playing cat. We're going to have to see how fast his skill is, but... oh, man. Yeah, effectively pierce. Effectively pierce. Oh, yeah, because of the 30% ignore defense. Alright. Now, we did the wind one. I think we should go to Shaltair next. And then Albedo the Holy for last. So let's do. I need to save those pictures. I'm going to tell my win friend he's winning the lottery. I'm going win ninja on the next server. Cleft, I do have a bunch of stuff open, so it might be me. But so far, it looks fine. Yeah, if his skill is kind of slow, then that might be a saving grace. Alright, so now I have Shaltair's abilities. Now I have to run it through the translator. Give me just a second. This is exciting, guys. This is exciting. Alright, there's the passive. That's the rest of the passive. Already told my win partner, I hope he's not a guaranteed hopefully dodgeable. Alright, that's it for the passive. Now let's do the active. Well, yeah, he's kind of like Dandelion. I just don't know if he's going to be that slow. Because really, from the anime, that's what the attack does, is what Dandelion does. Okay. Alright. I got Shaltair's abilities. Now let's put the translations up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, let's get to the Shaltair. The skill will take effect when switching to Shaltair. Shaltair releases a shockwave, radius of 10 meters. That's not Rimuru. Millim. That's a Millim. That's immediately a Millim. causing damage to AoE and knockback. Okay. And reduces damage of friendly parties once every 30 seconds. So it does the AoE Milim swap. Milim does a slow and gives you an attack boost. This does the AoE swap damage, a knockback, and gives you and your allies damage reduction. Okay. Yeah, knockback is kind of nice. And at level 8, it's 20% damage reduction. You and your allies get 20% damage. Wait, this works in Top League. This passive works in Top League. What do you mean friendly parties? You, your allies, and your summons. This is really cool for Top League. Fire's going to have some fun stuff for Top League. Alright. A buffed Winter Cherry now. Alright. Wraps the target in blazing flames, dealing damage. The enemy hit by the big move will receive 20% of the master's attack as burning per second for 6 seconds. So 20 times 6. That's 120% damage. The master's blood sucking, that's HP steal rate. You get 10% HP steal rate. When the master does damage to an enemy that has this, the damage will be an extra 20%. Level 2 is 100% duration, so it'll be 12 seconds of burning. Ooh. A plus 20% fire weakness. Fire has so much. So you're going to have Winter Cherry, give them fire weakness. Chestnut Rose, 30%. And then this 30%, this 20%. All healing from HP steal rate plus 30%. When the enemy is damaged by plus 40%. Okay. So it's going to be 12 seconds. Winter Cherry Sheltier. You're going to be kind of tanky as fire. Winter Cherry, Sheltier, Chestnut Rose. They can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, and remember, everyone gets that damage reduction AoE. Whereas, what's her face? Winter Cherry is used in PvP as a passive to give you that free rigidity effect. I think this will be also the same way, where you give your entire team damage reduction, 20% damage reduction. German Kaiser 001, thank you for following on Twitch. 26 people here on YouTube. Leave a like. Now I'm scared of Albedo. I don't know what she holds. All right, let's translate some Albedo. To 2, 3. Translate. That's fire. That's albedo. So her passive looks really good unless you read Ainz's Fallen Down. Okay. That's it for the first part of the skill. And that's it for the level up abilities. All right. We ready for you guys ready for albedo? Wait, yours truly, why are you crying? You wanted Shaltair. Why do you care about albedo? Okay. Passive. This skill will take effect when albedo is in battle. After the master triggers block, he will gain a shield equal to % of HP, which lasts for 6 seconds, 20-second cooldown. Level 8, it's 8% of 8% of your HP as a shield every time you trigger block for 6 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. This is really good until you get Ainzed. So basically, albedo makes it easier for Ainz to kill you. Typical Ainz simp. Work in League, let me see. It says in battle. So I'm not sure, real. This one we'll have to test. But I can see it going both ways. About top league or not. Shield, okay, no problem. Now what's funny is with how my build goes, I do have... Wait, Ragnar said something. Okay, he said the word fuck, so it hit it. So let me click show so your thing goes through. It only triggers when you block. Correct, Deku. But people build towards that as a defensive stat. Alright. I haven't read it yet. Let's get into the ability. Oh man. My fingers are crossed. Because Ainz left me a little scared, so let's get it. When the skill is activated, an illusion of a city wall will appear, causing damage. Master's attack will be increased by 15%. Shield for 20% of attack for 6 seconds. If the damage received by the master is higher than 10% of the master's HP, 100% chance to block. Block recovery will be reduced by 80%. What? I don't know why you would reduce your healing. When hitting an enemy, slow the enemy down by 80% for 2 seconds. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm letting it sink in. No, it's talking about you, Kane. It says, if the damage received by the master, which is always referring to you, is higher than 10% of the master's current health, the blocking probability will be increased by 100%. The block recovery triggered will be reduced by 80%. The level 2 says, when the skill is released, it will dispel all the debuffs on the master. If any debuff is successfully dispelled, it increases the damage of the skill. Alright. My fingers are really crossed for the level 5 and level 8 ability. Level 5. If the damage the master receives in a single attack is less than 10%, Oh. So it'll make all damage 100% block. This is if anything higher than 10%. The level 5 makes it anything higher and anything lower. It's the same effect, but now it affects all damage and not just 10% or higher. And level 8 says instead of 15% attack increase and 20% shield, 30% attack increase and 40% shield. It's not bad, Ragnar. You're right. And the cleanse is nice. What is nice is this cleanse would cleanse all the bad stuff that Ainz puts on you. Remember, Ainz does the, concoction of bad stuff on you. And then if that happens, Walls of Jericho cleanses you of all the bad stuff, boosts the damage, and slams you. Yeah. I'm going to be so bad if the AoE is small. Remember, we've seen the animations. I can go back and show you guys. Let me bring up the animations. Yeah, Gems Curl. It's almost like he's the main character or something. Alright, close that. Yeah, if they don't have Ainz, he does really well. She does really well. She seems really, really good unless they have Ainz. Okay. Alright, so let me get to the animations. Okay. So this should be the full animation. So how long it takes to cast and everything. I'm just waiting for you guys to catch up, because, man. Fallen fucking down. Yeah. Yeah. The laughing is pretty funny. Yep. Albedo. Let me see the size of that. Wind is about to be a problem. Wind is already a problem. And remember, they're getting an extra level echo. I already got to dodge 2 high attacks when passing by him. Yeah, this is the barrier around. The Walls of Jericho. It's a cool name. I like the name. Now, Shaltair is the fastest, definitely. Literally instantly. Literally instantly. Shaltair, boom. The walls are about to fall. Yeah, they're about to fall to fallen down. We only have 2 wind users, one being me. Yeah, Irons and no, Fabino, you're thinking too small. You're thinking too small with Spring Radiance. I want you to think about Balloon Flower. The pull in, defense down, fallen down. Yep. Make Eins fragments and shop Kabbalah. Well, Real, if the last one... Let me... I closed it. Let me see. Yeah, if anyone goes to the Shrine Peak, they're getting peaked by falling down. Yes, and we'll show you in just a second. I'm working on something. So let me... There it is. So, Real Adventure Quest, Adventure Guild. This is Momon. This is Eins and his other outfit. This should be just like what's it called? This should be just like the Diablo event, where you give them the weeds or whatnot, and then at max you get 1 free Eins. If everyone's doing their dailies and shit, everyone should get 1 free Eins. The entire event goes live on the 1st, so Thursday. And let me see here. Senwi asked to see the Eins level 8 again. The damage caused by this skill ignores 30% of the enemy's defense and damage reduction. Don't forget the level 5, which is 10% damage reduction and 10% tenacity. Actually, someone made a good point. Let me check what the fate cards are. Let me see if they have the fate cards over there. There we go. Fate card. Book. Yep. There's the... Ooh, the Eins card looks good. Hold up. I have to take pictures and I have to translate. Okay. The Albedo card and the Eins card are both weapon slots. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 armor slot ones. Okay, take that picture. Okay. A lot of the armor slot ones are group photos, and they look pretty sick. Alright, there's the another Ainz one. There's multiple Ainz cards. There's the Shaltair card. And then there's the Nabe card. How many fake cards will be for free? I think there will probably be one during an event, and there might be two. Wow, that one. Oh my god. Who are those? And I think a couple might be for Sapphires, and the rest will either be packs or events. Alright, taking that picture. And then that's the last one. And then I have to translate these. Let me send those over. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 12 in total. New red Fate cards. Okay. 2, 3, 5. Can we get both Ainz and the Fire Vampire? Yeah, they should be their own banners. Okay, so now I have them on here. Have to run them through the translate. Oh, and each of the cards have a quote as well. I'll do 4 at a time just so you guys aren't waiting forever. Three. 4. And then go back to Discord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. Okay. Attack. Crit. Crit damage. Wait a second. Oh, sorry. Crit plus 58. Damage increase 1.15. Okay. I was a little confused reading it there for a second. Fabino, I don't know if you missed the part I showed earlier where it looks like Ainz is the free one. I mean, obviously they can do whatever they want, but based on events we've had before, 4, it seems like he will be the free one. Which, I guess, if you're giving the best one for free, Albedo, break and pierce rate. Let me see. That's 8, and then 4 left to go. Break and pierce. Do block and protection. So we have break and pierce, block and protection. So both sides. Do resilience. That's not anything. I can't think of what this would be. There's no resist. And damage reduction. No, Sinwix, they put tenacious for tenacity. Subadip, we have no idea which one's free, but the current signs are pointing towards Eins. Remember Real, they put tenacious for tenacity. Adventure damage reduction. Yeah, Albedo's sitting in the hand. And then the next 4. Block protection. Another, is that the same one? Wait a second. No, that's different. Resilience damage reduction. I don't know what the resilience is. Resilience damage reduction. What the fuck? And block protection. And I got 4 more that I have to do. Okay. 2, 3. And the last one. One, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Alright, the last ones. Alright, what we got here? Break, pierce, break and pierce. Crit and damage increase. This is the sickest picture of all of them. Break and pierce. And the last one, resilience damage reduction. That's the craziest picture. Let's see if there was anything else that I missed. I will only get Albedo to get my other holies higher, honestly. if that works. No. So if it works the same way as other collaborations, they will be turned into shards that will only be usable on Obedo. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Rolling ball. Nothing special in the shops yet because the event hasn't started. Let's check outfits real quick. Okay. No, it's not out yet. But damn. I need to sell my organs. Well, if you're just going for Eins, should be fine. Damn. Fallen down. Man. Okay. So we can keep talking about this if you guys have more questions or whatnot. But let's finish what we were doing before. I'm not investing again just to get clapped by Eins. I don't have enough summons. I'm so sad that my both main elements are trash and the one I use the least is the best. We'll have to see how it plays out, but yeah. Let me... Boom. Alright, you guys remember this thing? You guys remember this thing we were doing? Oh God. Alright, let's see. Eins balloon is going to be really good. Yep. All right. So, back on track. Who is the top of the S tier? Is it Priest? Is it Armor? Is it Dragon Fighter? Or is it Shadow Owl? And as it says up there in the pink, PvE community list. Shadow, Dragon Fighter. And once we finish this, we're going to do the PvP one. And then I'm going to jump off so I can record a video for tomorrow. Priest, Shadow, Dragon Fighter. One for each. Two for Shadow. Without Priest, you're all doomed to accept it. Seen it somewhere before. I'll give another minute or so on posting the screenshots of the different abilities. Alright. I never used priest. Alright, let's see what we got. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Priest, priest. Dragon fighter. Another shadow. Wait, you already voted. Alright. You guys have Shadow Owl as your number one. Now, who is the number 2? Everything after my message will be considered voting for number 2. Boom, boom, boom. Dragon fighter, priest, priest. Albedo skills. Alright, it's all posted. Now let's see what we got here. Okay, everyone's saying priest. Got it. It's staying right where it's at. Number 3. Everything after my message will be the 3rd. Either armor or dragon fighter. Dragon fighter, dragon fighter. Okay. So this is the community PvE tier list. Let me see here. Oh, that's covered. Okay. So now let's reset. I have to close that for a second. Choose. Open. Okay. Let me close that. Yep, now we're going to do PvP. Okay, there we go. Now we can see everything just fine. Okay. So, just like last time, priest. Where are we putting priest in PvP? What do you guys think? Remember, this is supposed to be for April. So ignore Eins does not exist as far as this list. Eins does not exist. S, S, A, or S. Okay. S. What about Judge for PvP? Would be D with the Ein's not gonna lie. Damn. Someone fallen down is going to kill so many people. B, C, B. I'm going to wait for a couple more votes just in case. Let me make that so you guys can hear me. Leaning back a bit to be a little bit more comfortable. B. A or B? Okay, B. Okay. Berserker. Where are we at on the Zerk? Remember, this thing is made for PvP. C, D. Yuntis, we are ignoring the new fairies for this list. This is supposed to be last month, so April in review. It's how good they were in April. D, D, C. Waiting for a couple more votes. A from Yuntis. A, okay. 2 D's and 2 A's is pretty crazy work. I need someone to break the tie between A and D. Stardrop says A. He broke the tie. Alright. Gladiator. Let me glad. Everything after my message is for Gladiator. Now we're talking about Gladiator. S, S, A or low S, A, S. Alright, S. Now, I can't remember we did cannon or bow first. I think we did cannon first. Mechanician. Where are we at with mechanician? Sorry, no, this is armor. Armor. Question mark. DBD. D. Lots of D's. Okay, it's in the D. Now we have mechanician, which will be mech. DCD B. Mech is good PvP. Let me see. Only got 4 votes so far. Right now it's looking like it's going down in D. Alright, it's going down in D. Now, Wind Chaser. Wind. Where are we at with Wind Chaser? B, A, B, B, A. 4 B's and 2 A's. Alright, that sounds like a B. Now, Marksman, which will be MM. Where are we at with Marksman for PvP? S. It's looking like an A unless people are going to rally. I'll give it just a little bit longer and then we'll get going. Sort of speeding it up a little bit. Alright, that's an A. Dragon Knight, which will be DK. Where are we at with DK? S, A. A, S, A. Alright, that sounds like an A. Dragon Fighter, which will be DF. Dragon Fighter. S, S, A. S. S, okay. That's an S. Too much of one tricky pony. Blazing Owl, which will be Blaze. S, S, D, S. Alright, that's 4 S's, that's S. Shadow Owl. Shadow. A, D, S, A. Okay. Unless a couple more people. Okay, it looks like A. Alright. Do we think D needs to change at all? Official Ninja Hater. I see that. Does the D tier need to change at all? Nah, okay. So it can stay like that. What do you guys think about the B tier? What do we think about the B tier? Does Wind Chaser need to be above Judge, or is Judge better than Wind Chaser? Sorry, DK and yours truly. They're already in the slots. They are staying in the slots. Oh, we actually have a little bit of disagreement. Russell and Yuntis say Wind Chaser should be first. DK says Judge should be first. Okay. So you guys are saying Wind Chaser first. Boom. Now we can get into the fun part. I think there's like two main parts here. It's putting them in the slots, and then it's shuffling them around with the S and A. Is figuring out. Number 1 A question mark? Which one is the number 1 A tier? Is it Berserker? Is it Marksman? Is it Dragon Knight? Or is it Shadow Owl? DK says Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight. Come on, there's more than 2 people. What do you guys think? Dragon with the emoji. I gotta get a couple more votes here. Chris Daniels, first time chatter, DK. Okay, it sounds like Deku DK. Okay, Dragon Knight is first. Let's see. Number 2 A. From Lancer, stat boost. I'm cooking, it makes it faster. So who's the number 2A? Is it Shadow number 2? Shadow Owl, Marksman, or Berserker? Shadow, Shadow, Shadow. Okay, we're looking at Shadow. And then the Owl, okay. Number 3, A. Berserk because I hate ninja. Okay. We'll see when the next class comes out at the end of the year, which in my guess is that it's going to be Summoner is the next class towards the end of the year. Okay, everyone says Marksman. Okay. What about number 1, S? And remember, this is Eins does not exist. Eins does not exist. We have Priest, Berserker, Dragon Fighter, and Blazing Owl. Okay. I'm not thinking of him. Yeah, Eins is an issue. Dragon Fighter, Gladiator, Dragon Fighter, Gladiator, Blazing Owl, Blazing. So it's 2 for everything besides Priest, and Priest only has 1 vote. I think you guys are having some bias here for Eins. Gladiator, that's 3 Gladiator. Gladiator and Blazing Owl both tied at 3. Whoever votes for Gladiator or Blazing next will win it. Yeah, DK, look, Gladiator and Blazing each have 3. Spooky bringing Priest up to 2. Gladiator, Blazing. Gladiator, Blazing. Who's it going to be? The next vote wins. Dragon Fighter. Okay, that brings it up to 3. No, you already... Yeah, you already said Dragon Fighter or Gladiator. Yeah, I already took your vote. One of the quiet people in the back needs to say something. I'll give it 30 seconds. And if no one votes, then we'll flip a coin. Yeah, like I said, 30, so 14 seconds. Okay. I'm going to flip a coin. Okay. Does that show up there? Okay. Heads blazing. Tails gladiator. Okay. I'm going to bed now. My meds are making me sleepy. It's 11 p.m. Have to work. Good night, everyone. Have a good one, Star Drop. So, Tails Gladiator. So, Gladiator number 1. So if those were so tied, I think it's fair to say that Blazing should be number 2. Because you guys kind of have them tied. And if they were tied, it makes sense for the other one to be number 2. Unless anyone feels some type of way about that, I think that makes sense. Alright. So, number 3, S. Dragon Fighter, Dragon Fighter, Dragon Fighter. Yep, that okay. That is our community PvP tier list. How you guys feel about it? But we did our PvP and PvE tier list. I'll do mine on my own because we got sidetracked and I'm getting tired. You could argue that, Kane, but I think it's fair. They were both tied, so we did first and second based on the coin flip. You can argue it, but I think it's fair how it is, based on the people watching right now. We have our PvP and PvE one. I will show these when I do my own tier list, but I'll also be doing the kit reviews tomorrow for the abilities for the collaboration. But that's it, guys. Thank you all for showing up. I would like to do this again. I don't think we can do the fairy one. That's going to be really hard, don't you think? If you can think of an easier way to do it, let me know in the comments down below.